Hello, and welcome to the Cryptocurrency News Channel. This is going to be an update or recap of the late stream. If you want to join me on the stream, check out the links in my description and the comments. Check out Good Free Photos, which I'm streaming on, and also Crypto Daily Update, which is one great crypto update for all your daily crypto news. So let's actually get started on the update. We're going to talk about Kin first, because several of you are interested in Kin. They did some transparency, and they published a report Thursday. They're going to budget a year in advance, with funds going to app developers, node incentives, user agents, and marketing operations. There are about 1.45 trillion Kin tokens currently circulating out of 10 trillion created overall. The foundation is currently run by a board of directors that consists of two members, which are Ted Livingston and William Moger. And the tokens are actually vested at 20% per year, and they started in 2017, but 2017 was only a half year, so they have 2.5 more years before the tokens, the foundation's tokens are fully vested. The board of directors is appointed annually by members. There is also a Kin representative, which report says acts like a conduit between Kin Foundation and community of developers and holders. That person right now is Matt Hainham, and he is the only rep at the moment, but the foundation plans to add another 2 or 3 over the next year. They also have an informal community of 10 delegates who oversee Kin rewards and disagreements. So you will actually get to vote on the entire governance of the company. The report claims more than 28 million users have acquired Kin in the last 3 years, using more than 50 different active apps. Active apps are defined as those with at least one user spending Kin in the past 30 days. So it doesn't have to be that active, it just has to be sort of active. According to the report, nearly 300 million Kin were spent per day earlier this year. Considering how much each Kin's worth, that's really not that impressive. It's probably like a couple $1,000 a day, which is not too bad for a project of this scale, but not a lot of money. There's obviously the legal fight as well. There's really not much new in the legal fight. Kin is basically sticking to their guns, and they take the position that the SEC's opposition relies heavily upon the recent Telegram case, which they think was wrongly decided. And also the Kin case is completely different from the Telegram case, which should give it some leverage. I don't know if who will win. I hope Kin wins, but I still think it's dangerous because the SEC has a good chance of winning. Kin also felt that the SEC arguments about the integration issue were consultatory and circular, he said. So the SEC, they don't think has met the burden of proof. It'll be really interesting to see how the judge actually decides. I think Kin actually has a much better case than Telegram in this issue. Cardano is making a chip. Now, this chip would actually allow offline transactions. I'm not sure how that would work because I thought you had to connect to the blockchain to do any kind of transactions. But they're implementing a chip which would actually allow them to do offline Cardano transactions. If they actually develop this successfully, this could be really big. They started off developing this because there wasn't a chip on the market that did what they want to do. I guess if you link two devices together, they can do an instantaneous transfer or something like that. But I don't actually know how it would work. How would you do transactions without actually linking to the internet? Because they want it to be like a physical money experience, but a crypto isn't physical, as we all know. And you can't really have a physical money experience without actual physical money. I mean, you can just give a solid buck to someone else. You can't really do that with virtual money. You have to send it to them, and that would require a network. I guess if you connected by USB, that would be all right. But I'm not really sure how this chip thing without a network actually works. It'll be interesting to see, because if this development's successful, they just opened up something else, not for only themselves, but for a bunch of coins. So I wish them success. So China has proposed a regional stablecoin backed by Chinese yuan, Japanese yen, Korean won, and Hong Kong dollars. Those are four extremely powerful fiat currencies in the region. And based on that, they could have a chance of challenging the US dollar eventually. Not right now, but eventually they could actually challenge the US dollar. And the US needs to get on top of that and get their own regional currency to stay supreme in global affairs. Because this is another thing like BRICS, and eventually there'll be a bunch of these. And one of them, if it gains enough traction, could actually replace the US dollar. Without the US dollar being the reserve currency, America would lose a lot of world influence, and their dollar wouldn't be as strong, and their economy wouldn't have as much influence over the world. That might be good for the rest of the world, but bad for the United States because it would actually reduce their power projection and loosen their grip hold on many areas, and it would make their diplomacy less effective. So that is the news for today. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe, and hit that bell notifications button. Thank you, and have a nice day.